Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hope everybody's doing great. Good morning. Let's say hello to everybody and then we'll begin. Good morning, Brian. Happy Friday. Devin, John, Omar, John, Ivano, Chad, Christian, Cheese Gray Trader, Stacy, Richard, Pete, Dave, Stephen, Gregory, Mike, Jill. Good morning and happy Friday. Vernon, Flying Ronan, Sherman, Lydia, Keith, Dave. Good morning, Cam. Walt, Robert, Stephen, David, Spider Monkeys in the house. From Ohio. Ooh, my. Wade, Genevieve, Penny. Good morning, Penny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This will be my last session here for the week. I will not be here this next week. Just FYI, I will not be here next week. There will be no morning shows next week. There will be VIP room with Kane and Matt, and everything will go as usual except the pit. But there will be no morning shows because I will be traveling in Germany. It's my first real vacation away from the financial markets in almost a quarter of a century. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Tom, Art, Bill, Jody, Ray, good morning. Scotty, Robert, Wesley, Richard from Puente Gorda, Thomas, Tony, Piet DeBrock. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kevin, thanks, Piet. Doris, Illinois grain farmer, Randy. There you go, David. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. We got Peanuts here. We got Richard. We got Stefan. We got Art. We got Steven, Richard from Puente Gorda. We got Deb. We got Bob. Good morning, Bob. Hope things get better at home, Bob. Hope things get better with the family. I know that Bob's got some stuff going on. He's got some clouds over his head right now, but things will get better, Bob. You're praying for you and your family. Kathleen, Jesse, Willard. Good morning, Willard. Charlie, Clyde, Kathy, Ralph, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Ming, Bob, William. There's William. We got. Hey, Nathan. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been hiding, Nathan? I was thinking about you the other day. Let's see who else we got here. I'm skipping a lot of people here. Thing is going too fast. We got Stephen, Art, Debbie, Deb, Bob, Kathleen, Jesse, Willard, Kathy, Charlie, Ralph, Jeff, Ming, Bob, William, Mike, Eduardo, Kirk, Eagle Beagle. Boy, we got a lot of people here today. Gregory, good morning, Eagle Beagle. Kirk, Steven, Gustavo. Gustavo, good morning. Make sure to give Jax a big kiss for me. Dave, Steven, Mark, Krish, Doug, JB, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning. We got Henry, as I said, Nathan, Jayhawk fan, Alan, Robert, James, Stacy, Helen, Alan, Anukumar, Deb, HG's in the house. Mark, hopefully you get some peace and quiet, HG, without all of this Middle East drama, at least for the next couple of months. Charlie, thank you. I appreciate it. Naples fan, Gustavo. Yeah, email me, Nathan. It's been a while. Uh, uh, Tom, Lori, Bob, Cam. Good morning, Cam. While we're getting started, yes, please hit the thumbs up button, folks. Real quick, I know we got a lot of people here today. I know it's Friday. I know you want to get on with your day. Please click the HD button right here. He did, and I missed it. Curses, Cam. You got to hit me up next time. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna log in just to see Jax. You got to let me know. Oh, extra last day of school today. Oh yeah. Richard, you'll be golden after this. Richard's vacation starts today, so does mine. Michael, Bob. Oh yeah. So folks, please do me a favor. Go and hit 1080p. You'll be able to see me at a much better quality. Right here, Gearbox quality 1080p, Force 1080p. Very strong overnight. Very strong. Strong last 3 days. We'll talk about that in a minute. I was totally wrong yesterday, but we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. Basketball trainer. So first things first. Remember, I promised to give you guys stocks that I'm looking at right now. Penny stocks, small caps. The stock on the day is GVH, And you want to make sure GVH is above 42 cents before you buy it. Because look, this is the daily on the stock. It's up 90% right now. This is a penny stock. You want to wait for these stocks to trade above the overnight high. If they don't trade above overnight high, you don't want to do anything. Okay, that level is right now 42 cents. Okay, so again, this is just a bonus lottery type of trades. Only if it's above 42 cents. If it's not above 42 cents, you don't want the stock because it could be peaking out. But that's the best volume player for today. Also, that stock from yesterday, CYN, it's now having another run up. Be careful with these run ups. They usually don't last a long time. But if you're looking for another run on this stock, you want to buy it when it's above 25. Okay. That's the level, 25. Okay. Right here, 25. All right. Let's move on. I do that very, very quickly for you guys in the morning so that you guys can have some rest. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the market before we go into our thing. Yes, I was expecting yesterday here. So let me show you something. Before the market opened, you guys were all here with me. And this is why it's very important to look at market internals. And this is why it's very important to look at the Telegram channel. So yesterday, just want to show you this. It's pretty important stuff. Yesterday, the market was right up here. And I'm very clear that the market needs to pull back to the 8-day EMA before going much higher. It's a little overdone right now. It's a little overextended. But we've been getting good news from China. We've been getting we had good news, and I'll talk about all that in a minute. But I want to explain something to you guys, and this is really important. What happened a few minutes after the market opened? What happened a few minutes after the market opened? I sent you an email. I want to show you this so you guys could see. And this is why it's important to watch the market at the open. Here. Hold on. It's today, 27th. Yeah. Okay, look at what happened when I wrote you right away. 9:41 in the morning, as soon as I came into the office. Very different from yesterday. I mean, from the day before. Remember the day before, everything was red and there was one green? Very different. Very different. Definitely favoring the bullish side. Very different from yesterday. Look, very different from yesterday. ADD is opening up at 1440, which means lots of stocks are participating in this morning. Hence, we have to be more careful with shorts today. So I had a theory. I had an idea, right? I had an idea. I had a theory. I told you my theory in the morning when I was here. I came to work, the market opened. I saw ADD at 1440. Do you know what it was the day before? Here, right here. Do you know what it was when we opened up? It was negative 100. So this is why everything we say here is not carved in stone, right? It's so the first thing I did when I came into the office was notify you guys that be careful, not at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not at 3:30, at 9:41. At 9:41. Let's go to this channel. This is why it's important for you guys to get this information. Okay. Let's go back here. And by the way, we went long the SPY all day yesterday. This here. Let me show you this. The morning is good morning, 9:47 in the morning. The morning is very different from yesterday. ADD is at 1499, which is very strong. Volt is moving higher. My concern is that we're topping in the very short term, but I would be a fool to fade this strength right now. Too much upside right now at 9:47 in the morning. Okay, so it's very important for you guys not just to come here in the morning and leave and go about your day. It's very important for you guys to read these things, okay? Read these things. Here. Da, 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 da. Here, this is why Matt wrote here. We also need to know if buyers are strong enough to support us this far away from the 8-day EMA. And I wrote, this is why I said this morning, I would be nuts to fade this move with ADD being this strong. Again, 10 a.m. So my point is, yes, we do. It's called Trading Zone Live. We're going to be launching it the week after next Monday. Officially launching it. We have it unofficially launched, and we have 589 people in it. Only people who have ADZ, Alpha Zone Pro, can buy it now. After this week, anybody will be able to buy it. But my point is, and I was telling you guys this on the free channel too, nothing changed. It was right here. And in the pit, I was telling you the same thing. I mean, I was telling you the same thing the whole time. But my point is this. We can't just look at the market this morning and say, this is what it's going to do and be done with it. It doesn't work that way. Okay. This is what was I saying to you yesterday, first half hour of the day. I would be nuts to fade this market right now. This is really strong. Now, remember something interesting. Here's the difference. My analysis here when we opened higher and my analysis here in the morning was exactly the same. The difference is when the market opened here, I want to show you this so you could see with your own eyes the day before. This is why it's very important to look at these things. Now, look, this is the day before. I want to show you this. Here, look, this is how we opened the day before. Look, do you see this? Look, bunch of random trading actions so far, 10 o'clock. Do you see look at all this red? That's the day before. Okay, that's the day before. Notice I didn't say anything about going long or anything like that. Very different from yesterday. That's why I said very different. This is the day before yesterday, and this is yesterday. This is yesterday. See this? All green. Very different from yesterday. ADD opening up 1440. That's very high. Lots of stock participating this upside. So folks, please, when I say something to you, it's not carved in stone. It's a continuous thing. I don't know what the ADD will be till the market opens. So pre-open, I can only gauge what's happening before the market's open. After the market opens, I get to see a lot more information. So I want you to understand, if I say in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning that I think we're going to go up today, or I think we're going to go down, or we're not going to do much, and then the market opens and I say something else, you got to go with what I'm saying at 10 o'clock in the morning, because it happened at 10 o'clock in the morning, not at 8:30 in the morning. ADD doesn't open till 9:30. So please, 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 this information moves, it shifts. If I say the market's going to go up today, and in 1 hour, President Trump, hypothetically speaking, comes out and says, we don't have any trade deals with the world, it's all bullshit, the market's going to go up like there's no tomorrow. Could I have foreseen it? No. Will I update you on it live in the free channel? Of course I will. ADD's advanced decline line. That's telling us how many stocks are opening higher than yesterday minus the ones that are not. And anytime you have ADD over 12, 13, 1400, that means you have really broad market. The day before yesterday, ADD opened at negative 100. Yesterday, ADD opened up positive 1400. So negative 100 versus positive 1400. Here, right here, negative 100, positive 1400 at the open. Do you see the difference? And that's why I wrote to you at 943. I would not be fading this market. We have a strong opening. And again, there's a timestamp there. So please understand that things do change with information. Okay, now, what's the catalyst for the day? What's the catalyst for today? Does anybody have it? We don't have a lot of catalysts for today. What are the catalysts for today? Can anybody tell me? Which one? Trading platform, AZP? AZP has it. Yes. AZP has that. Yes. All right, Ivano, CPI, PPI. Yes, well, not CPI. PC. We don't have CPI, PPI. We have PCE. We don't have. You got the wrong reports there. Richard got the right report. Ivano, look at what Richard just wrote. Consumer sentiment, personal income, global trade. Well, I got to be honest with you, Richard Del Mosto. I think you just got all of mine. Let's see, Richard Feinberg. Trade optimism is not a catalyst. PCE. I didn't see no Equinox downgrade's not going to be a major catalyst. Marvel, no personal consumption, Fed, Europe automobile, no, no, no. Okay, here's my catalysts: PCE, consumer sentiment, Nike, EL. They both had positive news. Retail stocks both had positive earnings. It's going to mess with our short position in the pit, which you guys are not going to mention right now. But this will mess with our short position in the pit today. So the three catalysts are PCE, consumer sentiment, Nike, EL. That's the that's the only catalyst that I'm seeing right now. I'm not really seeing chips as a catalyst. I didn't see anything come out really that big on the chips this morning. I mean, they're not up over 1%. Let's see. Let's see if Tesla's a catalyst this morning. Nope. No, I got it right. Okay. Nah, rare earth deal with China is not a catalyst. That's great, David. So again, PCE, consumer sentiment, Nike, Estee Lauder. Okay? Those are the two. Those are the two that I'm seeing. One second, let me pull up my chart here. Okay. And remember that stock, don't touch it unless it's above 42 cents. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're just not that big of a catalyst right now. Seriously, they're not. Good job. No, TTD is not big enough. It's just not big enough to really cause that much of an impact. Like, look, data processor, no, no. Usually, for it to be a catalyst, it should be in the S&P 500. Typically, a catalyst stock will be in the S&P 500. Okay. Even in the NASDAQ, this is not a big stock. Look, let's see where it is. So let's take a look and see how here, let's see. QQQ, right? Look, constituents. Second. Let's take a look at how big it is. Okay. Let's find it here, okay? Do you see it here anywhere? Where is it? Did I miss it already? No, not take two. Say, I don't even see where it's up here. It's not anywhere up here. No, I don't really see it. It must be a pretty small stock. So yeah, it's not a catalyst. It has to be up there. It has to be up there, or it has to be in a sector that's really contagious, like retail. Okay. Okay. So far, the market's looking pretty good. Nasdaq is right at the threshold. Dow is right at the threshold of randomness. And yes, we have a lot of Fed data coming out today. Very important Fed data that's coming out today. The numbers we're looking at are right here. We'll see how the bond market reacts. Those are the only two things I care about. Price index, core price index, year over year. I want to see if this is going down. It's expected to go higher, not lower. So we'll see what happens. And then you have consumer sentiment as well. and consumer sentiment comes out at 10 a.m. So it's a 2-for-1 punch. Okay. Yeah, it's not on the first page. I wouldn't be. It's not even in the Nasdaq. It's not even in the S&P 500. It's very important not to create catalysts where there aren't any. Okay. Okay. And if you want to see if something is a major catalyst, see how much it's up and see how much market cap it has and see how it's influencing other stocks. Like if you look, take a look. Let me give you an example, okay? Without naming the stock. Take a look right now at what was that stock here. I got a lot of stuff prepared for you guys for today. Take a look at Nike, okay? Nike's influential consumer stocks. Notice most consumer stocks that are related to Nike are up pretty good today, including the stock that we're short in the pit. Because Nike is a consumer stock, consumer stock. Chip stocks, consumer stocks, solar stocks, but a random tech stock isn't going to do it. Okay, US dollar. US dollar is in the shitter. Excuse my French. It's coming back into its trend. It's there's nothing good here that's happening, okay, at all. Let me just pull up SPY here. I just want to pull up the bonds as I'm talking to you so I could see them right here. Okay. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot. Shoot, totally forgot. The VIP room agenda for today. Let me give you the agenda for the VIP room today. The agenda for the VIP room today is how to combine multiple indicators and short-term seasonality together to create a standalone trading system. Which parts do you use? Which parts are the most important? Why the entry timing is crucial for the system? Why we're able to buy options on the cheap using this strategy? The basics of implied volatility, possible actionable trades that we find in real time. Does that sound like a good menu? Very nice, Naples fan. And here's customer service live. Had I known you were going to have Jax yesterday, I would have shown up, but nobody invited me to the party. Nobody invited me to the party. Yeah, not big enough, Bugs, exactly. All right. Move this a little forward. Crude oil. Crude oil is doing nothing. Don't expect anything from crude oil. The party's over. If anything, I think we're going to just kind of hover around here and maybe drop a little lower. This is really the area here. Fair price is right now somewhere around here. So not really anything happening with the energy prices next couple of weeks. Gold. Gold is falling off a cliff. Remember what I told you yesterday and the day before. My recommendation is to wait for us to go above the 8-day moving average. We did not go above the 8-day moving average. You could see that right here. We never went above the 8-day moving average. The high never even made it to the 8-day moving average. Look, right here. See, I want to see a close, not trading. I want to see a close above the 8-day moving average. Ideally, at this point, I don't want to see anything. I want to see this erased, and I want to see us going up to 3,400 now before we buy anything. So the new buy level is 3,400, and I'd like to see us bottoming out in the next day or two. If we start coming down here, forget about it. Just forget about it. The party's over. So right now, the next level we want to see is 3,400 on the upside. If we don't see 3,400 on the upside, I have zero interest in this beautiful metal. Bond market. Bond market's been going up every day with the stock market. Today, the bond market's not opening up higher. Big red flag. Remember, stocks get a lot of their bias from the bond market. The bond market's not opening up higher, and we have a lot of Fed data. That Fed data is going to drive price today. Okay. Eagle Beagle, I'm sorry, I don't know what your question is. Should help us Monday, Tuesday. The pit stock had a massive sell issued under bar chart this AM. Oh, it did. I didn't see that. That's good, Adam. I didn't see that. Let me see what it's doing right now. You wouldn't know about it. You wouldn't know it by looking at the underlying. But that's good to know, Adam. Thank you for yeah, should definitely help us. Should definitely help us. And we're good till the stock gets above the 15-day EMA. So we got quite a while to go. Hoping it's going to revert right back down the next couple of days. So, anyways, we are right now we're having an inside day so far, but the market hasn't opened yet. So we really don't know what's going on just yet. And we won't really know till we have the report comes out. So far, bonds are coming off a little bit. You could see that right here. But that's really not, I mean, that's not worth talking about. We'll see the numbers in the next few minutes and we'll have a better reaction. China is holding on to this trend really well. So here it's got a I think we're just going to stay in this area for a while. Okay. Bitcoin is not moving higher already for 2-3 days straight, and Bitcoin tends to lead stocks. And look, can't seem to get it up. Now, with that said, we're still above the 8-day EMA. I like this. I would be buying at 85.28 with a target of 87.13 and potential breakout above this level, which I don't think is going to happen till stocks get a little more mojo. But I want to warn you that the bond market is lower right now. And I want to warn you that Bitcoin is lower. And I want to tell you that these have been correlated to the stock market quite a bit over the last several months. So very, very important for you guys to know that. Let's look at the bond market. I'm just looking at the bond market, and just waiting for the inevitable. All right, let's start talking about stocks. Perfect time, actually. Again, I just have the bond market here, and I'm just trying to see what the bond market brings our way. And remember, it's not a 1-2 punch because you have this report and then you have consumer sentiment. So let's see. Do me a favor and let me know if when these numbers come out, okay? Because it's pretty important. I want to see what these numbers are. So far, this is telling us that prices are not better than they were a year ago. And Trump is pressuring Powell to lower rates. Meanwhile, inflation is not really still up there pretty good. So I wouldn't be lowering rates right now. All right, I think something came out. The bond market is flat now. I mean, flat. Let me know if something comes out, okay? Beautiful, Bob. Beautiful. So as I go through, let me just kind of go through this, and then I'll go through all the sectors. All right, we got a little uptick here. Let me know if it comes out. 2.7. Oy. That's not good. It's worse than expected. It's not a good number. That means what the Fed is doing isn't as effective as we expected, which means rates will be higher for longer. All right. Worse than expected. Let's see. I just care about these two numbers right here. 2.7, huh? 2.7. Okay. Not really moving. Look at the bond market. Not really flying away with the circus or anything like that. Let's see what SPY's doing. SPY's cooling off a little bit. So, not too much of an impact on bonds. See that? Not here, not there. I want to see what this number is. Is this 2.6 and this 2.7? I did. I gave my penny stock recommendation. The ticker was GVH. Above 40. You want to buy it only if it's above 42. Okay? Yeah, SPY's not liking this data very much. Still don't have that, but here's what the SPY's looking like. Here's the index. Sorry, I'm taking time away from you guys, but this is important stuff. I mean, I'm taking time away from analysis. All right, the bond market's looking okay. Not really, no major impact on bonds. Slightly down for stocks. No major impact for bonds. Okay. It's just kind of in this area here. All right. So no major impact from the report. We'll see what consumer sentiment comes out with later. Let's continue this. Up past 25. There you go. Above 42, not at 42, above 42. As I said, July, I mean, I'm not that far off. I'm thinking August. So, July, August, we're not that off. We're really all saying the same thing at this point. Plus, I think we'll have a little more data back then. I still don't have this, which is kind of pissing me off. See, Matt won't give me trader exchange. Bonds are going up. All right, bonds are going up, and stocks are just flat. No major impact on the market. Okay? No major impact on the market. All right, let's continue now. Investors are awaiting the release of Federal Reserve's first live line of inflation data. We have that right here. 1 second. Just give me 1 second, please. Bonds are really rallying on this. Flat, DIA's flat, QQQ's flat, XRT, retail's coming off. See right here? See this gap up right here, folks? This is Nike's earnings. This is EL and Nike's earnings right here. So if we start seeing this coming off, retail's not really doing really well. So if we see this coming off, it'll put pressure on Nike and Estee Lauder and other retail stocks. Okay. So the level is 77. If we break 77, that's the level we're looking at. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I just needed to, I want to make sure I know where everything is. And hopefully this has been updated already. Yep. Okay. 2.7, worse than expected, as expected. Eh, eh, not great. Not great. Not great. Okay. Just okay. All right. U.S. Department Secretary Lutnick said Thursday that U.S. and China had finalized understanding on finalized. Did they have a signature? Did the Chinese president sign already? And added that the White House is close to reaching an agreement with 10 major trading partners ahead of the July deadline. Okay, well, I want to see signatures. I don't want to hear talk. I want to hear done deals. Like we did with Iran. We struck Iran. They didn't tell us anything ahead of time. They just did it. Treasury Department announced an agreement with G7 allies will exempt U.S. companies from certain foreign imposed taxes on exchange for dropping the revenge tax provision. Okay, great. Enphase surged over 12%, was top percentage gainer. Chip stocks did really well yesterday. Durable good orders were up stronger than expected, which was a big surprise. Jobless, but that could be because people are stocking up. Jobless claims fell. Very, very, very solid number. Nothing really crazy over there. Nothing really weird or wild or nutty over there. Okay. Let's see. Just see what the market's doing here. The market's not loving this data. Let's see. It's kind of hovering down here. Be careful, folks. Be careful today. Be careful. Barkin said Thursday that he expects tariffs to exert upward pressure on price and significant uncertainty lingering. I agree with him 100%. How can we not have uncertainty where we don't know what's going to happen? Central banks should wait for greater clarity. I couldn't agree with him more. Makes common sense to me. Gooseby said central banks could resume cutting rates if inflation shows clear path towards 2% target and uncertainty surrounding the economic outlook diminishes. Dolly said she's observing increased evidence that tariffs may not trigger a significant or sustained inflation spike, supporting the argument for a rate cut in the fall. That's kind of what I'm saying, but we'll see what happens. Currently, we have a 20% chance that they're going to cut rates. So that's where the odds are. I'm thinking somewhere, I guess September. I'm thinking August should be the time, but they'll probably wait till September. Core personal consumption expenditures, preferred inflation gauge, and stop getting the idea of Trump hiring somebody to shadow. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. U.S. personal spending income will also be clearly watched. Consumer Michigan data, that'll be very closely watched. Very important. Europe is up a full percent. That's very nice. Signs of improved trade relationship between Beijing and Washington fueled optimism. Very nice. Auto and media stocks led the decline. Track for its first gain in 3 weeks. That's very, very nice. Yeah, I want to see formal documents. Yeah, I want to see the contract. Show me the money, you know? China closed lower as investors digested disappointing industrial profit data. Signs of easing trade tension between U.S. and China helped limit losses, but they were down. They weren't up. Financial stocks underperformed. Benchmark ended the week higher. China's industrial profits fell sharply, reversing the previous monthly gains as subdued demand and U.S. trade tariff pressured profitability. Yeah, that's not so good for China. Japan hit a 6-month high, tracking overnight gains. Sentiment was supported by White House Caroline Leavitt. I think she was talking before I came on here this morning, who indicated that the upcoming U.S. tariff deadline could be extended. It will be extended. I guarantee you that. Heavy industry and auto stocks led the gains. Technology also advanced. So global economy is looking great. This is going to be an impact on consumer stocks in the U.S. today. Nike, basically all your consumer stocks, all your shops, all your retail. We're going to see a pop today because of EL and Nike. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see the stock in our program in the pit get a little frisky this morning. Okay, although it's been knocked down about a point the last hour since the news came out. All right, now I want to show you guys something today. That sounds very scary. I want to show you something today. Let me show you this. Look at here. We're starting to get overstretched in the market in the short term, and we're still extremely vulnerable on the big picture. Well, what do you mean, Roger? Well, let me show you this. You have less than 50% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average, which means technically we're in a bear market. What the hell are you talking about, Roger? We just made an all-time high at the QQQ yesterday. I know we did. Let me ask you guys, what kind of stocks are in the QQQ? What kind of stocks are in the QQQ, guys? Help me out. What kind of stocks are in the QQQ? And while you're answering, I'm going to give you a link to the VIP room today where I'll be teaching you a trading system. What kind of stocks are in the QQQ? It's a simple question. I'm not like trying to trick you or anything. Would you say it's safe to say the tech stocks? Would you say tech stocks? John, yes, the Max 7. Anything else other than Max 7? Tech, right? Tech. Piet de Brock. We all know that the Max 7 are in the QQQ. Is there anything else? I'm being generally speaking, what stocks are in the QQQ? Tech stocks, right? Yes, I know that mags are in there. Come on, guys. There's no small caps in the QQQ, Wesley. All right, guys, if you don't know what stocks are in the QQQ, this is embarrassing. Wesley, there's no small caps in the QQQ. Large cap tech, the biggest tech stocks. How about the biggest tech stocks? How about tech and communication? Yeah, tech. How about tech and consumer tech? There's not bank stocks. Not a lot of bank stocks. How about tech? Tech. All right, folks, if you want to argue with me, let's see what stocks are in the QQQ. Let's see how many small stocks we find in the QQQ and how many financial stocks we find in the QQQ. Is this a financial stock? Is this a financial stock? Is this a financial stock? Maybe this is a financial stock. No, tech stocks. Come on, guys. Tech stocks. Tech stocks. Tech stocks. How about we just say tech stocks? If anybody thinks healthcare is predominantly in the QQQ and small caps, then you need to. Then this may be a little too. This class may be too advanced for you. Okay, tech stocks. Now I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. Are you ready for this? Would you guys say the telecom stocks are in the QQQ? They're all in the QQQ. Look at where the 50-day, look at where we're at. Yeah, it is. It's tech stocks. Yes, that's what 95% of you said. Healthcare and small caps. How rich? Listen, folks, no joke aside, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but anybody who thinks the QQQ has small caps and healthcare stocks, you need to do some basic remedial educational learning, okay? Yes, primary tech. Yes. All right. Do you see what's happening here? This is a monthly chart. So I want to show you guys something. The 200-day, this is all the stocks in the stock market. This is a good time for you guys to stop writing, stop looking at the screen, and pay really close attention to what I'm about to tell you. If you don't, you're going to miss out. You have a situation right now where you have less than 50% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average. What does that mean, Roger? That means you're in a bear market. But wait a minute, NASDAQ made an all-swing high. Yes, because in the short term, we're getting pulled up. What sectors are pulling us up, Roger? Well, I'm glad you asked. These two. Hey, guys, I want to ask you, what index are these two sectors in? And yes, I already answered your question. Infotech, and this is XLC, this is communication, and this is technology. Would you say it's fair to say that these two sectors are NASDAQ 100? Would you all say yes or no that these two sectors make up the NASDAQ 100? Tech, infotech? Yes, no, maybe? I don't know what you guys are doing. Would you, yes or no, would you agree that these two sectors make up the NASDAQ 100? Yes or no? It's a real simple answer. You guys are being really difficult today. This is 90% of the NASDAQ 100, just for anybody that doesn't know this. Okay, what are the 50-day moving average telling us about these two sectors? Okay, what is the moving average telling us? What are these levels telling us about these two sectors? Can anybody expand, extrapolate on what I'm saying? Do you see where we're at right now? Do you see where we're at right now? Do you see what I'm So I'm gonna give you some facts and I'm gonna see if you could put the picture together. Okay. I'm gonna give you parts of a story and I'm gonna see if you could put this together. How many stocks are above the 200-day moving average? 46%. What does that mean? That means the market's very vulnerable. At the same time, almost 70% of stocks are above the 50-day moving average. Well, let's see what the biggest culprits are. I'm just going to, for the next 20 minutes, I'm just going to keep doing this. And I'm hoping that all of you just had an oh shit moment. Yes. So when we take this scene of the movie into account with this scene of the movie, what does the story tell us? How about the fact that we have a hugely vulnerable market with overextended tech stocks? I was kind of hoping you would come to that conclusion instead of me coming to that conclusion for you. So you have less than 50% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average, and the two most tech-heavy sectors are Doing what? This is a monthly chart going back 15 years. 15 years. 15 years. Is Kramer talking about that this morning? I don't give conclusions here. I just show you the facts. You have to make up your own conclusion. Sometimes pictures are worth 1,000 words. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, guys. Again, I don't want to say anything. 46% are above the 200, 68 are above the 50, and these two happen to be at a 15-year high. Let's see. Yes, we're just going to go straight up from here, nonstop, right? Thank you. See, I didn't even say it. You guys did. Do you see what my point is? Now, if the market was here, not here, if tech was here making an all-time high, I wouldn't be as worried. Look at where we're at. Look at where we're at. But Roger, how do I find this myself? Right here, look. This is the 50-day line, right? Check this out. 50% of stocks in the S&P 500 are above the 200-day moving average. Look at the sectors that are leaning out the most. Industrial, infotech, communication services. You know, this is Facebook right here, right? This is Facebook. In case you don't know what stocks are in this sector, let me help you. Let me help you. In case you're curious, these are the biggest stocks in XLC. This is this sector. Maybe I should have started here. See this infotech right here? Okay. Let me show you. These are stocks in the communication sector, the two sectors that are the most overbought. Meta, Netflix, Google, T-Mobile, Take-Two, Charter, TKO, Netflix, Google, Meta. How about XLK? NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, AVGO, Cisco, Intuit, Qualcomm, Adobe. Do you guys recognize these stocks? Rodney says that turns the light bulb on. That's what I was hoping to see. So let me ask you, do you think these stocks are important to the market? They're not big. You don't have to worry about them at all. Meta, Netflix, Google, Take-Two, T-Mobile, Charter. Don't worry about it, right? Or how about XLK? Right? Not really influential to the market, right? I mean, what is Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, AVGO, Cisco, and Intuit, Qualcomm, and Adobe, and PanW? What will they do for the market? Nothing, right? Don't worry about those sectors. Look, that's Infotech. Look at where we're at. Yeah, don't worry if Google is at the highest level in 15 years. It's nothing. I didn't say that, Scuba Chris. Richard, that's a great question. Surf is asking, did I back test my thesis? No. The market did it for me. Well, let me answer your question here. Let me give you my thesis. That's a good question. That's a good question. Did I test my thesis? No, but the market has. This is 10 years worth of data. Once, twice, three, four, five, six, 7 times in 10 years, we've been above this level. This is where we're here right now. Do you want the market? Do you want me to test something? Did somebody said they want me to test something? 10 years. This is a 10-year back test in front of your face. You're looking at it. I'm going to post this in Telegram for you. How helpful is me showing you guys this morning? Here, I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this for you. Okay, I posted it for you. I'm going to post the other one for you right now. I'm a nice guy. Look. But Roger, aren't these the sectors that have been driving the market higher the last few weeks? Sure. So here's my back test on Infotech. Roger, how do you get such a pretty looking graph and I just cannot duplicate it for the life of me? Well, sure you can if you follow what I show you, you can. Look, I'm going monthly and I'm going to go to 10 years. Back test. Somebody wants a back test. I'm showing them a 10-year chart. Here's a 10-year back test. Is this enough for you? Once, twice, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 times in 10 years. Look at where we're at right now. Is this enough of a back test for you? Would you like me to post this for you? Are you getting benefit from this session? Here. Now, could we go up here? Of course we can. Can we go up here? Sure we can. Do we stay here very long? Not really. Do we go there very often? Back test. I'm showing 10 years of data. Back test. Here. Here, I'm going to make a little comment, but I wouldn't worry too much about this. The only stocks that are in these two sectors are NVIDIA. Here, I'm just going to write this out for you. Maybe this will make an impact on you. Here, Microsoft, Apple, and what was the other one? Hold on a second. Let me give you the other one. XLC here. I'm hoping that this is a useful session for you. Here. Meta, Netflix, Google. So I wrote, I'm being highly sarcastic. Okay, look at what I just wrote in the Telegram channel. But I wouldn't worry too much about this. The only stocks that are in these two sectors are NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Netflix, Google. But don't worry, if these stocks go down, it won't impact the rest of the market very much. Amazon's consumer discretionary. So is this helpful to you guys, what I just posted in the Telegram channel? Be careful. Be careful. So let's now put everything together. Bitcoin is not up today. It's down 0.44. The bond market is actually negative today. QQQ is still up, but I want to show you guys something. QQQ peaked out at 8:05 in the morning, and it's been going straight down since that time. Roger, I was going to buy all these big cap stocks, but now you're not going to anymore, are you? Back test. I'm showing you 10 years of data, and the guy wants a back test. I just can't please anybody. All right, how about this? I want to show you something else. Let's look at our sectors. Hey, folks, are you benefiting from this? Is this making your head a little turn, giving you some things to think about? Okay. Okay, now I want to show you guys something. Semiconductors are still leading. We still have tech leading, but I want to show you something interesting. Consumer discretionary is now down here. Retail is now down here. It's very hard for stocks to go up, for interest rate sensitive stocks to go up without retail. Look where retail was a week ago. sorry about that. Not a week ago, a few days ago. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on a second. Up here. Okay, there we go. On Monday, going into this week, retail was up here. Look. Okay. Today, retail is down here. Retail is the first one that usually comes down. All right. Look at that. We got 648 people here holding steady, and I haven't even done my. Oh, let me give you my list of things. So, folks, for anybody who's coming in here right now, here's what I'll be teaching today in the VIP room: how to combine multiple indicators and short-term seasonality together to create a trading system. Which parts do you use? Which parts are most important? Why the entry timing is crucial? Why we're able to buy options on the cheap using the strategy, the basics of implied volatility, possible actionable trades that we find together. That's the link I just posted for you. Don't forget, customer service live. See, if they told me the Jax was coming in yesterday, I would have shown up, but they didn't invite me and they didn't tell me the Jax was going to be there. So now I'm upset. Piet Brock says, I love these morning sessions. Ralph says, thinking yes, resolving long-term coming up from, yes. So, and folks, by the way, we don't need the market to fall apart. And I forgot to mention something else. For all of you who think it's just the NASDAQ that I'm talking about, I forgot, I saved the best for last. Here. In case you think it's just a technology thing. Is this technology? So let me show you something. Look at this. Let me just take it to where we're at right now. We've been above the current level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times in 15 years. What type of stocks are in industrial stocks? Funny you should ask. Small stocks like Honeywell, GE, Uber, LMT, those HWM, all those stocks that have been rallying because of the war, Middle East, all that, overbought. Okay? Folks, please press the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this session. Thank you, Eagle Beagle. Thank you. Yeah, NASDAQ is going straight down, by the way. It looks like we peaked out in NASDAQ at 8 o'clock in the morning. Be careful today. All right, let me give you my stocks. Sorry, I'm taking too much of your time. I do apologize. I got to get out of here. Let me give you, the NASDAQ is now down well below that. Let's see, QQQ is up now 0.28, 0.28. So it's not really up all that much. And the Dow's up right now, 0.30. It's not really all that much. Okay, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at. Thank you, Oliver. Laura says, I've learned so much from these morning sessions. I'll give you my conclusion in just a few seconds, okay? Let me give you my stocks that I'm looking at. Folks, be careful today. Be careful. I know I've been saying it for a few days, but be careful. And again, I'm not expecting a bloodbath or anything. I just think the market needs to cool off. Hold on. This is not the right stock. Wrong stock. Wrong stock. I don't even know how the stock got on here. Wait a minute. Did they check their tickers changed? SPRT? Oh, I guess their ticker symbol changed. SPRT. Huh. I guess they're now Columbia Sportswear. Okay. RPT maybe? Okay, here we go. SRPT. SRPT. This stock. SRPT. SRPT. If I confused anybody, I apologize. KView. Consumer sentiment, I think, comes out at 10 a.m. unless I'm losing my mind. Yeah, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Nasdaq is breaking down, by the way, folks. Richard and I both thought yesterday was going to be that day, but maybe we'll get it today. I would be very cautious with my longs. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm kind of just going back and forth. K-View, I got to get out of here. Campbell Soup. If I don't get out of here, my boss, Clyde, and Matt are going to be very upset at me. Campbell Soup. Pepsi. I'm still a little bearish on Pepsi. We took a profit on a weekly cash flow on the stock yesterday, by the way. And BRBR. These are all shorts. I start with the shorts and then I do longs. Can somebody give ED the microcap, please? That I gave for today. Larry, I talked about gold. No gold today. No gold. Amgen? Let me look at Amgen. Amgen? Let me look. What's going on with Amgen? No. It's got to break down first. Not doing anything. All right, let me give you my long side. Netflix. And folks, be careful. Be careful with these. Be really careful with these. They're starting to get all overextended, but I have to add them to my list in good faith. DoorDash. It's getting overextended. Look at where it is. Look how far away this is from the 8-day EMA. It needs to come to the 8-day EMA. Microsoft. One stock really looked pretty good. Microsoft, still not too deviated, but again, I'd be very cautious today. Disney's looking pretty good, but again, look, I like them closer to the 8-day EMA. Most of these stocks are running away from the 8-day EMA. 8-day EMA. See, want to get it closer to the right here would have been a good buy right there. RCL. He's upset at me about me going to Germany. Thanks, Barry. Thanks for posting that, Barry. Thanks for posting that, Naples fan. 42 cents, not $42. 42 cents. 42 cents. You forgot a decimal there. GHV. GHV. That was actually the last one on my list. No, not this one. GVH. No, not GVH. What am I doing? GEV, not GVH, GVE. This one. I like this one still. I like this stock. Folks, be careful. So now let me give you my conclusion. Okay. I know a lot of you don't believe me. I know a lot of you think that the stock market is just going to go up with the circus indefinitely. We need to come back to the 8-day EMA. We really need to come down here and then we'll decide what we'll do. But this is getting a little ahead of itself. I know the news has been very positive, but we need to have some sellers come into this market. This is too much too fast. And again, the problem is this. If this was 75%, I wouldn't worry about it. If this was 45%, I would tell you. If this was 75% and this was 70, if this was backwards, if this was 70% and this was 50%, I would be a buyer right now. But this is telling us that we have long-term instability and short-term goodies. This is like building a beautiful house on a swamp. Look, I want to explain to you guys something. This is the foundation of your house. This is the interior. So would you spend $5 million on building a beautiful house on a swamp? You understand? There's no foundation. The house doesn't have a foundation. Your foundation is broken. So you're spending a lot of money building a house that's about to be taken away from you by the bank. You understand? You don't have the foundation. If you own the house outright, if you have a good mortgage, if you're doing well, then you build a nice base. You don't have a base. Capiche? Capiche? Yes, short-term hype. Thank you. Now, I may be wrong, I will know more when the market opens. I will have the ADD, I will have the Vold, I'll be able to give you all of that stuff. But right now, as it stands, we're starting to get a little bit stretchy in the short term. Okay? Thank you guys. This will be my last session till I come back a week from now. Here, I will be updating you on any open positions in the pit while I'm gone. Everything else will be working as well as it always did. Matt will be there. He's great at what he does. I will help him manage positions from abroad. Swing trades are easy. They take 20 minutes a day. It's the day trades that take a lot. The only thing that'll be closed is the pit because I fixate on the pit all day long, and most of you know that. I hope you have a great break. If you have any questions, send me an email. I will be away. I may take a little longer to respond. I will be there. By the way, I'm not leaving for Germany till tomorrow morning. So I'm around till tomorrow morning. I leave tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I go to New York. I sleep over in New York. I'm going to stay at the hotel. And then in the morning on Sunday, or Sunday night, I fly to Germany. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. No, there's not going to be a pre-market show for next week. And then I will resume. Bye, guys. VIP room with Kane and Matt. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. Take care. Please heed my warnings. Be careful of the upside right now. Be very careful, very small positions, play around with it, but don't go all in. It's just not that kind of climate. And remember, we're getting into July. All right? The heat of the summer. That's why I'm taking this break right now.